Hi, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. So we're coming to the end of January, and obviously the new energy of a new year. There's lots of high hopes and lots of promises that have already been broken, etc. So there feels like a lot of pressure to kind of like start January off in the right way, doing the right things and making all the right noises, etc. And it can lead to this kind of like huge overwhelm and almost like setting yourself up before you've even started anything. And there is that pressure, and obviously we just want to bring ourselves back down and think, actually, what do I want? What do I want for the year ahead? And kind of like, what have I been saying? Because I know a lot of people, we talk about what we want and the goals, and we talk a lot about what we want, and the reality is that so many of us, we talk about what we want, but very rarely do we put the actions in place in order to make that happen. And it's the same for weight loss. And sometimes, even when we are unaware that our life goals, whether it's to go traveling or it's to go for that job promotion or whatever it is, can lead back to that feeling of not feeling confident enough, good enough within ourselves. Our self-esteem is something that's holding us back, which can be attributed to how we feel about ourselves and our weight. And this is why I just feel like weight loss has got very little to do with the number on the scales, because that's not a feeling. Weight loss is such an emotional journey, and it's a really personal journey. And the way that I support my clients is that I want them to feel good. That is the goal. I mean, isn't that anyone's goal? Everyone's goal is to wake up in the mornings and feel good, to like themselves, regardless of what a number is. So whilst yes, the weight loss journey is all about numbers and moving in the downward direction in terms of a healthy lifestyle, where we're governed by the scales, BMI, clothes size, etc. It's about how you feel. And I'm talking to so many women right now who have just got to the point where they're at the stage in their life where everything is pretty much settled as much as it can be. Family's doing all right, work's in a good place, things are okay. It's not amazing, it's not dire, but it's that thing of it's that kind of like, everything's all right, but it's that kind of like bubbling under the surface of that I don't feel like I'm waking up in the morning and I feel fed up and I'm feeling lacking in energy, and I don't have that zest and that joy and that spring in my step that I used to, and I want that back again. And I think that we think, well, when am I going to make the time for that to happen? And there is no right time. I was talking to a lady today about something. She goes, I think I'm going to start in a couple of weeks. I'm just staying with my mother-in-law's for a couple of weeks. And I was like, well, there's never going to be the right time. And we can allow so many events and reasons and excuses for us not to do something. And that's just holding us back. It's holding us back from the thing that we are so desperate to move away from, because we don't want to stay stuck. We don't want to stay feeling fed up and frumpy. We don't want to find ourselves, saying no to social plans because we're feeling so self-conscious and we've got nothing to wear. We don't want to, reflect back on another year in the Christmas photo album, and that's another year where I'm not in any family pictures. And speaking from personal experience, that is the one thing that just can reduce me to tears every time I think about it. When I was overweight, I have got in fact, hardly any pictures of me when I was at my heaviest with my two boys. I know I'm mum to them. I know that they are going to love me no matter what size I am. But to me, it mattered. To me, I didn't feel like myself, and I didn't want any photographic evidence. And yet it took me a while for that penny to drop and go, do you know what? This isn't going to magically disappear. Nothing's going to come along to save me. If there's something that I know that I need to change within myself, then I've got to make that decision. And you know, it wasn't about chasing that magic size 8 skinny jeans. It was the waking up in the morning feeling good, having that energy, just liking what I see back in the mirror. And I know that so many women are finding themselves in that exact spot at the moment, and for whatever reason we've allowed that to stay, and now this feeling has outstayed its welcome. Like, you are not welcome here anymore. You know, we don't want to live another 12 months feeling really trapped in a body that doesn't give us any joy, that makes us feel achy and bloated and self-conscious. Like, why would we do that? Why would we knowingly choose to do that to ourselves? And of course, like, you know, doing something different is going to challenge you. Of course, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone. And it's like, nothing changes if nothing changes. So there's got to be a point where you just go, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make that change. I want to be able to, you know, go out on those social activities. I want to do a couch to 5K. I want to join that dating app. I want to go on that fertility treatment. Whatever it is that is your reason, the only way that you're going to achieve those things is by putting those thoughts into actions. So less about the number of the scales. It's not, it's so that's so what's the word, I guess, you know, irrelevant in terms of your health, your happiness, because ultimately that's all we want. We want to wake up and we want to feel good, and it's not being dictated to by a number on the scales. So that does mean doing things differently, and that is going to take you out your comfort zone. But you know what, either you're going to make that commitment and say, you know what, I'm prepared and I'm going to embrace these changes because I'm excited as to what is going to come as a result of it. And if you go with that real open-mindedness, that real positivity of like, you know, I'm really excited, then it will feel like such an easier journey compared to, it's hard, it's going to be difficult, I'm never going to get there, I'm this age, I'm menopausal. You're already creating that negative dialect that is going to make it feel and seem harder than what it is. So just by switching your mindset and saying, you know what, I'm going to give it a go because I'm excited as to what it could happen, where it could lead me, and that's something that I want to work to. So I know for a short amount of time, a short period of time, I know I'm going to have to put that effort in. I know I'm going to have to be consistent. I know I'm going to have to make compromises, but this is what I'm going to get in return. This is how I'm going to feel, and that is so worth putting the effort in now. So if you find yourself in a place where you're so overwhelmed by food noise and it's just taking over in terms of calorie counting and chopping and prepping and planning, it's just like, oh my gosh, I just need something simple, then this is where the one-to-one diet really comes into its own, because you've got the convenience of the products, and with each and every product you've got 1/3 of your daily nutrition. And it's so important, and I think this fact is really overlooked when it comes to weight loss journeys, is that if you are going to be in a calorie deficit, which is the only way to lose weight, you've got to make sure that those calories are working smarter and harder for you to give you your nutrition. Because when you're going out on your busy day, you're still burning calories. So you've got to make sure that you've got all of your nutrition available, which is what are in the products. So whether it's bars, soups, shakes, porridges, smoothies, pancakes, mug cakes, bites, we've got such a huge variety of different meal replacement products that are suitable for vegetarians. They are convenient. They are so handy that you don't need to think about, oh my gosh, that endless, you know, chopping and planning. And with a really well established maintenance program, which I am living proof. I've been maintaining my 3 stone weight loss now for 8 years. Like, I know how it works. And yes, it is something that when you lose weight, it doesn't magically stay off for the rest of your life. It is that, you know, it's the next chapter of the story where, you know, it's that consideration every day. What are you eating? You know, are you tracking it? Because it will allow you to get that and establish that healthy relationship with food, because that's what it's all about. It is that healthy balanced relationship with food, that you will be able to learn to enjoy the things that you like, but in moderation. Like, understand portion sizes, understand what foods work for you and what you need to rein it in on a little bit more, what you know is going to feed your body, so that when you do go out on the weekends and you want that glass of wine and that pizza, then go for it and enjoy it unapologetically, because you know that you're doing really well with that consideration and learning how to establish that relationship with food during the week, which is the way that I look at it. Because obviously you want to have fun, you want to enjoy yourself, you don't want to deprive yourself, but it's getting that balance of working out when there's a place for it and when there isn't, and it's that relationship. And as your consultant, I'm here to support you all the way through that journey. I'm a virtual consultant, which means I support you over the phone if you're based in the UK, video calls, I've got WhatsApp group, so I'm always fully connected and following you and supporting you on your journey. So if you would like to find out any more information about the one-to-one diet, the consultations are free of charge, and I am here to give you all of the information, because it's so important that you base your decisions on facts, because I don't want you to, you know, think, oh, my neighbour's sister's daughter, da da da. It's like, you know what, if you are really considering about going on a weight loss journey and you're curious about what the options are available, then chat to me, let's talk, let's see what we can do. There's always going to be a solution for you to be able to go on the plan, and it's finding out which one is right for you. So if you'd like any more information, message me. I have got my January payday deal that's currently running until Friday the 31st of January at midday. So if you did want to grab information about that deal, please message me, and in the meantime, you know, don't delay, stop procrastinating, stop making excuses. If you want to see improvements and if you want to see results, then the only way that's going to happen is by you taking action. So hopefully I'll hear from you soon.